I signed a lease on a basement unit in an old converted mansion last year because it was the only thing in the city I could actually afford. And there's one detail from move-in day I still can't shake. Before I get into it, if this kind of thing sticks with you, go ahead and subscribe because there's more where this came from. The building had been split into 6 units decades ago, the kind of place with mismatched doors and hallways that don't quite line up with the floor above. My unit sat half below ground, small windows near the ceiling looking out at grass level. The landlord, an older man named Walter, met me for the walkthrough and seemed almost reluctant to hand over the keys. Before I signed, he mentioned almost as an afterthought that the unit came with one condition, not in the lease exactly, just something he asked every tenant to respect. He said there was a narrow closet in the back hallway that had been bricked shut years ago, long before he even owned the building, and that I should never try to open it no matter what I heard coming from behind it. I laughed, assumed it was some old superstition tied to the house's age, and told him it wasn't a problem since I didn't own a sledgehammer anyway. He didn't laugh back. For the first couple of months, everything was fine, quiet even, and I mostly forgot the bricked-off closet existed at all. Then, in the middle of a particularly cold week, I started hearing something at night, a soft, rhythmic scratching, coming from that exact spot in the hallway like fingernails dragging slowly across brick. I told myself it was pipes settling, or a draft moving through old walls, anything but what it actually sounded like. The scratching came most nights after that, always around the same hour, always in that one place. One night, it stopped scratching and started very faintly humming, an old tune I didn't recognize, low and tuneless, like someone remembering a song they'd half forgotten. I lay in bed with the lights on until sunrise. The next morning, I found Walter fixing a gutter outside and finally told him everything. His face went pale, and for the first time since I'd met him, he looked genuinely afraid. He told me that as long as the wall stayed sealed, whatever was behind it stayed exactly where it was, and that every tenant before me had heard the same sounds and made it through fine by simply leaving it be. I still live there. The sounds still come, some nights, and some nights they don't. I've learned to sleep through it mostly, and I've never so much as touched that wall. I think there are some things in this world that were sealed away for a reason, and the kindest thing we can do is let whatever's on the other side stay forgotten. Whatever it is that watches over the people quietly keeping old promises they never fully understood. I think it's grateful every time someone chooses not to look. If you've ever lived somewhere with a room, a door, or a spot you were told never to touch, tell me about it in the comments. I want to hear your story.